He came in, he woke me up and said he wants me to help him with coffee. I brought him the coffee, and then he pushed me to the branch.
Hi everyone, welcome on board to Helper.tv. According to the report we have on our hands, they said the culprit is a Freemason member and he belongs to various Ogboni fraternities in Nigeria. This is an eye-opener to expose him for who he is. And also, some of the people that are going to get gbas in this, I'm going to mention their names according to Gistlover. Adeton, she's an activist. They said she's an husband snatcher, eye service activist. Also, Toke Benson, Moriah Brown, she hosts a TV show, TV Talk, and many more. Now, let's go to the story at hand. Is Nigerian justice system in a mess or not? When a judge, lawyer, or police gets into a case and they realize that they are in the same fraternity or cult, what would happen? Are they going to wipe the case off? Don't forget, brotherhood is very, very important to them. Are they going to prosecute their fellow brother? What then will you, if you've been attacked, murdered, killed, what will your family get since there is a brotherhood? Well, I'm sure you know of Adedoyin and Timothy case that is still in court after 1 year, and we know who has been on this case. I'm sure you know him, Rahman Adedoyin, Timothy case. He went to one hotel and, we eventually heard that his body, this happened, he died in that hotel. How? What happened? CCTV recordings. What is it that actually happened? Was he used for rituals or not? Activists and journalists has been on this case pushing, and I'm sure if there is anything if there are some very dangerous approaches that they can bring into this Timothy's and Adedoyin's case, they would have done terrible things to the journalists and activists. Now, even though they are trying to sweep all of this under the carpet, because Adedoyin, according to what we know, belongs to almost all the cults in Nigeria, Ogboni, secret, unsecret, mystery, occultic, whatever. They said he's so powerful, and how these things are. They keep dribbling the case back and forth. And with all of the, evidences that has been brought out, still on a story. Now, today, we are here on another case. This is Dr. Olaleye. They said he has been doctor in the UK and he was eventually dismissed because of molesting patients, especially minors. Are we going to call him a pedophile? They said both male and female. He managed to escape to Nigeria, changed his name, and he started practicing and gave himself, back then in the UK, it was Frank Olaleye. When he got to Nigeria, he changed his name to Femi Olaleye. Not necessarily changed his name. He is probably Frank, as you know. A lot of Africans take onto themselves foreign names. So it will be Frank Femi Olaleye. When he got to Nigeria, he threw away the Frank and became Femi Olaleye. Now I'm going to go to a brief story about this man before we dive into the atrocity that has been put on him. The brief story of his life is this. According to Gistlover, Dr. Femi was married to a dentist, Folake by name, and Aderemi is the current one. They are blessed with beautiful kids. He is the medical director of Optimal Cancer Hospital. He is well connected in Lagos State and environs, as he belongs to about 7 Ogboni Club society and also a member of Freemason. After he was dismissed from the UK, he went back to Nigeria even though his license are not intact. He was supposed to write a certain level 2 exam again, which he didn't write. He bribed his way through and opened a medical center somewhere in Bode Thomas. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. And I want you to sit tight and, connect A to Z. This is terrible. Now, Dr. Femi is not just a medical doctor. He is also part of the Redeemed Church. He can be seen preaching, as you can see, giving his speech or preaching in Redeemed Church. I know that the church will not necessarily know certain things about some people, individuals. He might say, oh, God helped him. They wanted to set him up. Necessarily, not no. But like if a church is so big, you cannot say, let us blame Adeboye. Does not have the Spirit of God, because a church will always consist of several kinds of people, terrible characters. Jesus Christ even had Judas as part of his own disciple. That's even Jesus Christ. So, this man is connected to top people, church, everything. And certain people have been writing petitions against this Dr. Femi. People have been writing, they said he assaulted some of their friends when their friend went to cervical cancer screening and assaulted. He numbed some women hands were numbed and he tried to molest them. It might give you an injection that will make your hands weak. You cannot move your hand. It will start molesting you, probably touching you in your private parts and doing all sort of terrible things to you. They said he's that kind of man. They say this man is so messed up. A lot of people have said that he will come up with fake diagnoses and he tries to rip people off money. Many things have been said about this man. He tried to escape. In fact, he escaped from the UK, but hand has finally touched him in Nigeria. That's it. So, for those who do not know about Freemason, I'm just going to give you a little bit about Freemasonry or Masonry. It refers to a fraternal organization that traced their origin to the local guilds stonemason from the end of the 13th century, regulated the qualifications of stonemasons and their interaction with authorities and clients, blah, blah, blah. So it's just like a kind of society that hope to get up in life as brothers, brotherhood. Now, let's continue with the story of Mr. or Dr. Femi. Let's give him his right title as it is. So, as I was saying, Dr. Femi sleeps with his patient, mostly married women, minors. This matter has been going on, and it's either he threatens them with the power that he claims he has, spiritual and all of that, or he will tell them that he's going to put out their nudes. And sometimes the ones that are more, adamant, strong, he will pay them off. Even in the UK, they said he paid a family up to £10,000 just to silence them. This has been his mode of operation for years, and one of the reasons he was dismissed from the UK and about to be investigated before he ran to Nigeria, he got away with all his atrocities until this recent one, his wife, niece. Now, there is a teenage girl that the wife brought in to stay with them, and Dr. Ladley disvirgined this girl and molested her for 1 year and a half. He has been doing it and got away with it for a whole year plus. One way or the other, the wife found out and oil broke loose. When the wife found out, she did more research, paid certain people to hack some of his files, his computer. That is how she got to see that half of Lagos married women and minors have nudes of Olaleye, and he has their nudes too. This left her traumatized. Apparently, when the current wife, Remy, found out about her niece and Dr. Olaleye, he admitted and was begging, thinking the wife would return to the house and cover him up. But the wife said she was going to take this up. She arrested him. Even at the police station, Olaleye confessed to all his atrocities, and it was recorded, only for them to take a U-turn a week later with the help of, now, the names that I mentioned at the beginning: Toke, Benson, Adetong, Onojobi. I think most of you know her. Activist, always out there talking. Morayo Brown on TV, and some powerful policemen. They scattered the case, gave Dr. Olaleye 2 police bodyguards, and his hospital is surrounded with policemen 2 each day. Now, let me take you through the journey of how they scattered the case step by step, with receipts, and how they are all trying their effort, making efforts, trying all whatever to put the case under the carpet. Just Adetoun, who is also a big snitch, and how she was planted among the team to get information for Dr. Olaleye's camp, and come up with another story of the wife beating up the niece instead of facing the real matter on ground. This is the kind of, life that we are in. So after Dr. Femi Olaleye admitted and even made a video, and when he saw that the case was getting messy, they had to salvage the situation and change story.
He came in, he woke me up and said he wants me to help him with coffee. I brought him the coffee, and then he pushed me to the branch chair in the study, and then forced me and house with me. I was trying to tell him that I don't want it, because already he already asked if I was a virgin. I said yes, I want this virgin when I'm in my husband's house, and he told me that virginity is nothing. That if in his hospital, that if girls are pregnant or they are this virgin, he knows the way he's going to lie to their parents that virginity is nothing. Even a girl of 13 years old is not a virgin. What is virginity? He forced me. He has said to me, even after I tried to, from there he keeps on going. And there was a day he disvirgined me. That very day in the blood, and I was really sad that day. So I don't really know what he did with the blood, and he gave me these 2 tiny tablets for me to drown. And then there was something he had on his hand, which I can't remember what he said. And he said, "Mark this day. The day you say anything about it, you will die." So whenever he keeps on doing this for 1 year and 9 months now, and each time he do, you say, the day you will say anything, is virgin me. That very day in the blood, and I was really sad that day. So I don't really know what he did with the blood, and he gave me these 2 tiny tablets for me to drown. And then there was something he had on his hand, which I can't remember what he said. And he said, "Mark this day. The day you say anything about it, you will die." So whenever he keeps on doing this for 1 year and 9 months now, and each time you do, you say, the day you will say anything, you will die. Every day he keeps on threatening me that, and I've not been able to tell my auntie about this to resist. After that, he then cleaned the blood, and I was really sad that day. So I don't really know what he did with the blood, and he gave me these 2 tiny tablets for me.
The wife took the matter serious and went to TVC, Morayo Brown's show. As she was granting the interview, the talk, Adetoun called immediately. There is this calling show. Called Morayo, called the crew, and changed the whole case and dabaru everything, bringing another case into it entirely. According to Adetoun, she said the niece is not related to Dr. Femi's wife, that the girl is just a maid, someone she brought in to help them. She even went on to say that Dr. Femi's wife beats the girl too, molests the girl. She's just trying to use the girl to take, kind of set up her husband and take properties from him. They scattered the whole show on Morayo's show, they scattered the whole talk. Not long after, Dr. Femi, did something else again. He reached out to Morayo, and they all settled it behind closed doors. Now, Adetoun comes up with a narrative and all her talk. She says she's an activist and all of that. Now, maybe some of you don't know her. She was on Baba Jesha's case. Sylvester Oromoyi, I don't think if I got that surname pronounced, the young boy that died in that school. They said she was just using that to chase clout, that she is not a truthful person. But I think we kind of have to keep our fingers crossed. Now, there are some charts, and I'm going to go through a few of them. I will not, in the course of fighting for justice for you, lose my strength of integrity. I am a mother. I will never support your husband if he has done anything wrong. However, I will never allow anyone manipulate me in the fight for justice. I don't know you, and to the extent I know you, I will not want to know you further. I've never supported and will never support a molester. Neither will I support your husband, but please don't ever come to tell me I am bringing you down. Now, this is coming from Adeto. This is the conversation between them. Adeto Onojobi, and it is terrible. That's Toke Benson there, and her husband. It's deep. It is so deep. When I say deep, it is deeper than the deepest. There are a lot of things happening out there. Now, let us quickly listen to what Doctor's mother has to say about this. You'll be shocked. I do know that mothers often will support their child, but what she said about Femi Olaleye and the maid or whatever, relative or no relative, what she said will shock you. Is he the only one that has done this? Why do you want to bring him down?
Ṣé mo sá èdè ẹ̀ ni kó tiẹ̀ fọdún kan àtààbọ̀ kó fi mò lẹ́ẹ̀sọ ọmọ? Ṣé ojú òrírú ẹ̀ rí ni pé kó wá pa? Èmi ò ní gbà fún ẹ. Ọlọ́ọ̀dẹ ní jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe fún ẹ rẹ̀ mí. Lórúkọ Jésù kò ní ṣeé ṣe fún ẹ. Ọmọ mi wá bá mi nílé. Ó dẹ̀ ń sọrú eléyìí jáde lẹ́nu. Ó ń sọ fún mi pé tó fọdún kan àtààbọ̀. So tó bá irú kan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé the best ni pé kí wọ́n sọ pé kọ́mọ mi kú. Ọmọ mi ò ní kú o. Ìwọ ń tó gbìn ló máa ká. Irúgbìn tó fún ó máa ká lórúkọ Jésù.
So Mama is stuttering. Share, because she knows that whatever is coming out of her mouth is not supposed to come out. Yes, she said, I have not supported my child, but nevertheless, whatever crime it is, I'm not going to allow my child to be killed. Of course, like I said at the beginning, all mothers who want to do this for their children, mothers who want to do this, a mother want to do this for his or her child. But your child is a serial rapist. Your child is a pedophile. Are you the one that put your child into that situation, or you are not ready to change that man? Is there some spiritual work or psychological work or whatever that needs to be done? This guy needs to be put behind that, prison where he will never come out. He has joined some secret societies. He has given himself to the kingdom of darkness. He believes that he's untouchable. Look at what he's doing. Share. If he is not punished, Mama, your son might rape you one day. That is the truth. So guys, what are your thoughts about this maid molestation pedophile? This is not something that is just unique to this man alone, or I'm talking about a lot of people. Even the Queen of England, his own son, elder son, one of his children is involved in this type of thing. Very terrible. They look for underage because of their position. They try to cover it up. He was about to be prosecuted in the US. I don't know how they covered up the whole story. What are your thoughts? Do not forget to subscribe if you have not done so. The red notification icon bell is very important. Please do tap on it.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.